This short clip is from my live trading room. You can engage directly with my fabulous team and me at LaDucTrading.com for all our research and trades. Or for just my daily live streams, you can access via YouTube memberships. All links are in the description. We had our anticipated, highly projected gap down Monday. Let's go to SPX. Gap down Monday into my 6666. It actually overshot, if you can see, Monday morning at 6636. And then ricochet rabbit higher. And what did I say? We had put monetization that would come in Monday morning. I've been writing about that for a while. My expectation was that we would sell off Friday into Monday. The gap down would get bought. Why? Because put monetization. So I closed my room at 11, but I hopefully prepared you well because I was expecting this bounce. And I gave you levels on VIX. Specifically, VIX comes inside, right? It had reached all the way up into 35.30. And I said, all we have to do is come inside this 29.70. And I expect it to come back down 27, 28. Remember, it was the first level, and then 27. And then I actually said, do you remember the level? 22 to 23 is where I expect it to stop falling. So I think we're going to come, you can see this ginormous reversal candle. This is reversion to the mean. This is put monetization, all the stuff that we talked about yesterday morning, a very outsized short covering, basically, put monetization and on schedule. And so now I still expect, and look where it came in perfectly. I mean, it literally broke. That was your really good cue, right? On the daily, on the monthly. This was the intraday. So you literally had to come all the way back down to monthly. This was the big move Friday. This was Monday. Put monetization brought it all the way back down to VIX 25.20. Very nice. I still expect it to fall further. I still expect 23, maybe an overshoot to 22. But anyway, that worked out extremely as planned. Like, not a surprise. And one of the reasons why it was helped is because the dollar did not get and stay above 99.40. Remember, this right now is serving as a really nice correlation. So as it's falling, equities get even further supported. You can see gold is doing fine. I'm not worried about gold. We have metal volatility because of dollar, because of delivery. But for the most part, right now on the short duration, just like Trump is manipulating the headlines, we've won. We're good in Iran. And then 8:30 last night, he comes out, and if they interrupt the Straits of Hormuz, we'll flatten them. And he goes like a very bipolar kind of dude, but it's not a surprise. So you have to look for the ceasefire headlines for the put monetization that creates these intraday rallies, but they're not real because he's not done. So everything coming out of his mouth is to de-escalate the escalation fears. Get that explosive move higher. Crude into that 120 target, came right back in. And I said yesterday it would come back down to 91. It overshot. I said that here's your range, 80 to 120. But right now I said it will come back down into 91. Look where it overshot perfectly to 83. This is just the game. He knows he's a master manipulator of headlines. And do you remember when he said, I can control the dollar like a yo-yo? In the short term, he can. So this is very important to the thesis also. You've got put monetization, de-escalation headlines, and you've got some dollar that fell and helped support equities, metals, and the whole gambit. Anyway, that's kind of par for the course. It doesn't change anything with what's going on for the playbook. I still see extreme fear. So let me show you what I mean by that. But big picture, this is still just bouncing. I mean, here is that 666 level. And what did I say yesterday? We were going to fill those gaps. Every day has been the same thing. We dump, we fill the gap. We dump, we fill the gap. And then we dumped again. And it took a little while, but now we just filled that gap on a 2-hour for SPX. So we literally went all the way back up to what's my line in the sand, 6807? Exactly. So now we're hitting 6807 and digesting just underneath it. Dollar is still basically shaky, not strong, and yields are shaky, sideways, not strong. So equities, or I should say bulls, are really going to have to step up here. But I think it's going to be tough to get VIX to get and stay below 22. We have to watch dollar. Once it gets back above that 99.40, we're going to have big selling. That's the risk off. Oil has done a great job of getting literally to my target 120. And then it came back yesterday and I said it's going to come fill this 91. We have a big old range of 80 to 120. I will also remind that they are not worried. They meaning the market, the curve of oil traders. This is a few days ago, but the point is still very clear. that you have these high prints right now in April. This is the front month for crude. But when you get into August, September, October, rest of the year, it's down below 80. So they're not worried that this conflict is going to last. I think obviously that's wrong. That's going to change. But for those who are into the crude oil forward curve analysis, this is what will start to change in time as our kind of indicator of the real risk. And we just don't have that right now.
Join Club to trade with Samantha. Scan this QR code or click the link in the description.